Hi there, as this is the 50th video in the GIS Coordinated Limited Hints and Tips video channel on YouTube, I thought I'd do something a bit different this time, but still with a GIS context. So here I am inside ARMA 3 Eden Editor. So this is a military simulator type bit of software, very complex, and it allows you to, as well as play various default games, it also allows you to create some very sophisticated scenarios with AI and weather conditions, various environmental settings. Physics is very accurate, including sort of sound physics, echoes and that sort of thing. So what I've done a set of videos on line of sight in GIS with QGIS, MapInfo and indeed ArcGIS. So I thought I'd show just a little bit of the sort of line of sight inside this 3D gaming engine and how it sort of works when you're accessing the line of sight function from within the core engine. So you're using it to help with your own scripting and stuff, so you can see exactly how it is used. So what I'll do is I'll just place a character down here. So that'll be me, just face over there. And what I'll do is just over here, I think, is I'll place an enemy vehicle. This looks good enough. Let's just swivel it around. And what I want to do is just move this vehicle. So we'll move it just sort of down this path, I think, down this road. So I'm setting waypoints. I'll make it keep fairly close to the path there, and I'll set up behavioural style. So let's well, I'll leave that, but I'll make it go slow, and that's about it, I think. But the main thing is I'm going to call it so that's my waypoints, but I'll call the vehicle. So what I'm going to show you is, through the scripting, is how the just setting a couple of parameters there. Through the scripting is how this character here effectively gets to see this, and how that's returned by the engine for use in your own code, in your own scripting. So I've set it, what I've done here is set this vehicle. It's going to drive down the road, park up here, and this character here, I think I'll set him to sort of be crouching, as I think, at the start. So this character here won't be able to see this initially, but eventually I'll move, or particularly when the vehicle's down there, I should be able to get full sight of the vehicle, i.e. line of sight is achieved. Now in this gaming engine, that'll be sort of, I'll use a trigger to make that happen. So I'm just going to put this anywhere, because it's not a sort of geofence or a geospatial trigger, it's just a normal trigger, but I'm going to attach it to a radio. Don't worry too much about that. So, and what I'm going to do is call it display knows about value, and you'll see what that means in a second. And when the trigger is activated, what I want it to do is populate this variable, which is called myvar, and myvar is when the player source side object knows about my truck 1. Okay, and I'm going to draw to the screen the current value of myvar, and if myvar is greater or equal to 4, then hint curly brackets, Sorry, I don't need those. Hint, well done. You have spotted the enemy truck. Clear line of sight. Okay, so what am I actually doing here? So in ARMA 3, there's this call here that you can make to knows about, this function. And now it's an internal part of the engine where it'll tell you the current state of knowledge with regard to the player, i.e. me, the character, with regard to an object in the game, which I've called truck 1. So what I'm saying to the engine is, what does player know about this truck that's moving across the landscape? But the thing you have to bear in mind here is that this is a game and there's multi-dimensions going on, and one of those dimensions is sound, is audio. So knows about will actually know about and have a value set based on audio from the sounds it can hear, the player can hear. And knows about returns a number from 0 to 4. 4 is the perfect line of sight confirmation that you can see an object in the game, and you start from 0. But anything between 0 and 4 means you've got almost an increased sound that's approaching. So it could start 0 point something and then climb through until you hear, or indeed, if it wasn't a truck, if it was an enemy character, it might shoot at you, so that would raise the value, etc., etc. So every time this button is pressed, we'll make it repeatable. Every time this button is pressed, which is a radio button, it's going to print what the value of my var is. So let me just run this so you can see. I bet it's a curly bracket somewhere. Yeah, typical. Yeah, so I'll just fix that. So if I now play as this character, so I'll just face the other way for a second just to show you. So 0. So it's a low number. You can hear the truck getting louder, so it's increased a bit. See, I'm deliberately not facing just so you can see 1.5. So it's getting a bit louder. So but that's quite loud now. Yeah, 2.2. But now let's just turn around and face it. There it is. Not 1 again, and it's hit 4. So it's line of sight. So you can see how line of sight in this game is sort of comes when you've got this sort of knows about knowledge, and that's how it's activated. That's how you access that sort of function within the ARMA 3 platform. Anyway, thought I'd do something different for the 50th. Hope you found it interesting. Thanks for watching.